Yo, what's good, everybody? GTTV back with another video, and I'm about to give you guys 4 videos in a row for the day. I'm not sure if news will be back. The news segments will be back. I'm not sure if I'm feeling it just yet, but we are at the end of season 2 of Breaking Bad. We just watched the season finale yesterday, the 13th and final episode of the second season. You know, what we do in these reviews is we kind of recap, we kind of go over what happened in the episode, then I give you guys my utmost thoughts, what critics are saying about the record episode. I keep saying record because I'm a music reviewer, and by the way, instead of Lollapalooza, I think I'm going to be going to a bunch of other concerts throughout the late summer and fall, so be on the lookout for concert videos. I'm going to at least 3. I'll probably do some first reviews of albums from these artists I haven't heard of. So it'll be a wide open opportunity for some brand new content. But numerous investigators from the NTSB collect and catalog debris, including a half-burnt pink teddy bear. This happened that had fallen around the White's pool. This happened later in the episode, and we figured that out as we watched the episode. This is something that happened later on, kind of what they did with the first episode of the entire series, the pilot. You know, we had Walter White standing with the gun. That's what happened at the end of the episode. I don't know what you call that. In the distance, 2 columns of smoke can be seen near their house, and what we find out that is going to be is 2 planes crashing into each other and crash landing. Because of Donald, actually. It's a lot of crazy parallels that go on between Walt and Donald. It's a really cool dynamic that goes on in the last couple of episodes. Jesse wakes from his heroin-induced sleep to find Jane dead, having choked on her own vomit. Now remember, in episode 12, Walt found Jane dead. He thought he should save her. He pretty much killed her, to be honest. Now, obviously, she took the heroin, but when you flip someone that is hot on heroin on their back, they puke everywhere and suffocate, and that's kind of what he did, but I'm not going to blame Walt on that. It was Jane's doing. But yeah, Jesse just figured it out. After a frenzied attempt at CPR, Jesse contacts Walt for help. There's no saving Jane. She is dead. Feigning ignorance of Jane's death, Walt calls Saul Goodman. He doesn't want anything to do with Jane's death. He wants Jesse to move on so they can get back together, because Jane has been getting in the way of a lot of things business-wise between these two guys, and not that he's a shitty person, it's just now that Jane's dead, he doesn't really want to have anything to do with that. Saul calls Mike Ermontrot, a cleaner, to remove all evidence of drugs from Jesse's apartment and to coach him on how to interact with authorities. Saul Goodman's got them covered. You know, they pretty much got a deal going to cover their ass, because if they found Jane, Donald would probably press charges, or if they found drugs around the house, Donald would press charges on Jesse. Jane's father, Donald, arrives at the apartment to find that his daughter has died, with Jesse being interviewed by the medical examiner. Surprisingly, Donald actually took the death of his daughter really well, and he probably shouldn't, because he is the father, but, I don't know. It's kind of interesting how he handled her death. He wasn't, sad or anything. He just wanted to get back to everyday life. I don't know. It was kind of a strange thing. He probably knew this was going to happen if she didn't go back to rehab. Maybe that's why he reacted as calmly as he did. Jesse is unable to look Donald in the eyes, and believing himself to be responsible for Jane's death, runs off to a crack house nicknamed the Shooting Gallery. That's where he goes. He knows that Donald probably thinks he had something to do with this, when really, Jane, even before meeting Jesse, has been dealing with drug abuse and addiction and stuff, and she was clean before. So honestly, he can't really blame Jesse for this, but maybe a little bit. I don't know. It's a weird situation. Walt locates Jesse and takes him to rehab. The rehabilitation center in the show looks absolutely fantastic. It looks like fucking paradise. Obviously, it's a very shitty thing to go to rehab, but meanwhile, Walt is preparing to undergo surgery to remove his cancer, one of the biggest moments of his life. The website that Walt Jr. made to bring in anonymous donations, in reality being used by Saul to launder Walt's drug money, has gained media attention due to its apparent success. Walt is uncomfortable in the spotlight due to both the pity instilled upon him and the potential of someone in the drug trade recognizing him on television. Yeah, that is really bad. I didn't even think about that. You know, Walter White being on television, that's not a good thing. He is Heisenberg. A lot of people know him as Heisenberg. Obviously, the federal people, the feds, don't know him as that. But yeah, obviously Walt is really calm. At first he's like, no, don't accept any charity donations. But now that the money's coming in and he knows that it's his money laundered by Sal, he knows, like, yeah, okay, I'm calm about it. That's kind of suspicious. I don't know, don't you think? Maybe his family would never think that he'd pose as a charity guy. But on the day of Walt's operation, as he is put under anesthetics, he accidentally reveals the existence of a second cell phone he uses, making Skylar White suspicious of his activities again. Ooh, it really sucks that he was put on those drugs, because he's honestly lucky, because he could have revealed more than he should have to Skylar. So now she knows he has two phones. Now she knows either an affair is going on or he's doing something bad, which she isn't suspicious of him doing something terrible, illegal, but yeah. We'll figure out later in the episode. They have kind of a dispute at the end of the season. Yeah. Which, to be honest, he's under anesthetic. Should she take what he said seriously about the two phones? Maybe, I guess. That's a little too specific. 6 weeks later, after Walter's release from the hospital, Skylar reveals to him that she has investigated his behavior over the past several months and found out he has lied to her many times. So yeah, he's kind of in hot water here in the relationship. This is when Skylar kind of knows everything, except for the fact that he's a drug dealer. She knows that he's been lying about everything. Walt offers to tell her everything. She stays, but she is too afraid to know and decides to leave him. Yeah, trust me, Skylar, you don't want to know. You guys are probably better off apart. And honestly, her being apart from Walt is good. It obviously has the bad things. You know, he's not going to be able to be with his wife and have the love and affection of the family. But also, if he wants to keep selling drugs and pay off his cancer and live a lucrative life, he could probably move somewhere very far away and be a rich-ass man. You know what I mean? And get away from, Hank and them. That'd be kind of suspicious, though. By this time, Donald has returned to work as an air traffic controller. Now, this is where some crazy shit happens. While on the job, his mind wanders back to Jane's death. So Jane's death is affecting him, and at the wrong times. In his emotional state, he inadvertently allows the flight path of a commercial airliner to cross the space of a small corporate jet over Albuquerque, causing the crash and the smokestack that appeared at the beginning of the episode. Walt is sitting beside his swimming pool when he is startled by an explosion overhead from Donald. So this is where Donald and Walt kind of intertwine. They overlap. Their storylines are not really meant to be interactive towards each other, but indirectly, subliminally in the episodes, they relate to each other in a lot of ways, and they're connected. He looks up to see a fireball in the sky above his house, the result of an apparent mid-air collision. Moments later, a charred pink teddy bear lands in the pool. Now, this charred pink teddy bear has been very iconic throughout the season, and we've always wondered why they've been showing these flashes in the intros of this teddy bear. Now you know, it's from the plane crash. So yeah, that was a cool little Easter egg throughout the show. They have cool little intros. I really like how these episodes are structured. I liked this. The episode was a horrifically perfect way to end the season. It's definitely in the better half of episodes. The end of season 2 has been the best stretch we've had of Breaking Bad so far, and who knows, we might have better stretches in the future. I'm not going to make these videos too much longer because I've started watching another series called The Boys. You guys probably know what it is. Chauncey has been watching it, and obviously we have Euphoria, we have the Quarry gameplay today, and then I'm going to watch a lot of my other TV. I'm a pretty busy man. I'm a TV show reviewing guy. I'm not really known for that much, but hey, we listen to music too. Like, if there's big releases of people I like,